magnitude 7 earthquake just hit Haiti, and a category 5 hurricane is on the way to Florida and Puerto Rico. Injured have to undergo surgery, and chronically ill patients to receive their care. First responders are conducting search and rescue operations. It's a catastrophe, isn't it? What I just described is just a fictional scenario which may unfortunately happen when a disaster occurs. But my research, borrowing from several social science disciplines, wants to connect institutional capacities and structures with the decision and policy-making outcomes in emergency management. This to improve multi-actor coordination in disaster response. So when a disaster occurs, civilian and militaries might deploy in a third country to deliver the aid, and several scholars have argued that they might not be able to cooperate because of their organizational differences. But why they do at times? So after spending several hours at archives conducting interviews, I found out that they do cooperate. And they do not, as in the case of Haiti, if the emergency-affected country has low state capacity and is not able to provide a safe space, so militaries might jump in and fill the safety gap, and civilians, to preserve their impartiality and neutrality, eventually decide not to cooperate with them. But disaster occurs also in the United States, and when they do, then the politicians, including the US president, might fear that disastrous emergency responses can affect their re-election. But how does it work for territories? Because they do not vote for the president and they have no voting rights on the Congress. Well, the lack of electoral competition actually affects their emergency management capabilities. And what happens is that territories are, based on my geostatistical analysis that compare Florida and Puerto Rico, are constantly more likely to face budget constraints and less likely to receive post-disaster assistance from the Congress. Well, you may ask, so what? I have a few recommendations. To improve the civil-military cooperation in insecure settings, then civilians and military should establish joint missions and offices in the field, and that's proven to be successful for this. And in the United States, a more tailored procedural arrangement set for territories can help overcome their political status limitations. So my research wants, with the policy recommendations, improve the limitations that institutions might face in emergency management, while also potentially save those lives.